Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Friday, November 17th, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. DNC insurrection. Supreme Court against Florida law. A's moved to LV. And Snoop Dogg rebranding himself. That's all coming up. Then Bill is going to be here with your message of the day. But first, Wednesday night, top Democratic lawmakers were inside the Democratic National Committee's headquarters. But the meeting was interrupted by pro-Palestinian protesters outside. When they heard the chanting, lawmakers tried to leave, but the police said, no, the building's on lockdown. You can't leave. A Capitol Hill police officer was brought inside after he got pepper spray in his face. One of the lawmakers said it reminded me of January 6th. It rattled me. Capitol Hill police said 150 people were, quote, violently protesting. 6 officers were treated for injuries. Early this year, Florida passed the Protection of Children law, which makes it a misdemeanor to knowingly admit a child to a sexually explicit adult live performance. All right? Like, the fact that that needs to be a law is insane. The Supreme Court said that the state is unable to enforce it. So a lower court stopped it from being enforced, and Florida asked the Supreme Court to intervene and allow Florida to enforce it until all the lawsuits are finished. And the Supreme Court said, no, you can't enforce it. So in Florida right now, you can knowingly expose children to sexually explicit live performances. Major League Baseball has voted and has officially approved the A's to move from Oakland to Las Vegas. They'll start playing baseball in Nevada in 2028. A new stadium will be built on the Strip, Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana Avenue on the site of the Tropicana Hotel. The team's lease at their current stadium in Oakland ends after the 2024 season, so they need a place to play in between. The A's have been in Oakland since 1968. Las Vegas, in 2016, they had no major league sports teams. Now they have the NHL's Golden Knights, the NFL's Raiders, and now Major League Baseball's A's. They also have the WNBA's Aces, if you want to count that. Snoop Dogg said he is going to give up smoking marijuana. He said, after much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out next week with like his own brand of marijuana or something, but I don't know. Maybe he saw the light. I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith, the great Bill O'Reilly with your message of the day. Next.
Do you want more online safety and privacy? I know I do. That's why I started using NordVPN. It guards me against various internet threats. Digital trackers, malicious websites, and malware-infected downloads? Back off. I choose to browse with more confidence. I choose NordVPN.
To avoid digital threats, turn on NordVPN. It's rated excellent on Trustpilot. Just visit NordVPN.com. One of the fastest VPNs on Earth will block web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. It will encrypt your online data as well. So improve your digital privacy and protection with one simple click. Get the special Black Friday deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Friday, my responsibility as a national news commentator is to be fair. And I try to be. If you've listened to me over the years, I take a strong position, but I'm not leaving out stuff, and I'm looking at it from what the issue is and how it affects you, my viewers and listeners. But I think I might be unfair to the city of San Francisco, and I think I might be obsessed with that place. And I want to discuss it with you. So San Francisco is perhaps the most beautiful American city. If you've been there before the progressives ruined it, it was a fabulous place. Always free-spirited, a lot of opportunity. Silicon Valley, you all know, south of the city. But just a good place to vacation and if you had enough money to live. Now it's destroyed because the permissive culture that the progressives push allows deviant behavior all day long. And San Francisco is now a center of depravity, where thousands of drug addicts steal at will, put needles in their bodies in front of children, live in squalor right out in public, and the city is fine with it. And you know what? I'm not fine with it. I think it's just terrible. And I think it reflects on what exactly the progressive movement is. Bad. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Okay, let's go to the mail. Bill Gorman, Yorba Linda, California. You say, O'Reilly, that Biden has no clue when it comes to China, but is the mastermind of the border policy. Come on. It has to be one way or the other. I think you may be taking my analysis out of context, Bill. Is that possible? Number one, I would never use the word mastermind in conjunction with President Biden. I've clearly said on probably 3,400 occasions that Biden does the bidding of the progressives who run the Democratic Party. He's not the mastermind. He's not the strategist. He does what he's told to do. All right? So that's number one, that mastermind thing. Number two, do you think President Biden has control over the Chinese situation? Do you think the communists in Beijing fear Joe Biden? Just asking. Scott Horton, Sonora, Mexico. Stay safe down there, Scott. Why was San Francisco selected for the Asian meeting? Who made the decision? The White House made the decision. It's our turn to hold the economic conference for Asia. So we set it up, and that's where they decided, because it's easier for the Asian leaders to get to San Francisco. LA, most of the meetings in San Francisco are out of town. They're south, okay? You could have done it in LA, but LA is so dense and so spread out, and now with 10 down, Interstate 10 is down, you can't even move. So they picked San Francisco. In a moment, something you might not know. If you or your business is falling behind filing your tax returns, or if you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS, please listen carefully. The Biden administration just unveiled an $80 billion plan to modernize the IRS and reduce the unpaid tax debt. Are you tired of the IRS letters, levies, liens, or wage garnishments? You do not have to face the IRS alone. Hire Anthem Tax Services. They can help you settle your delinquent tax problems and all collections, and may even be able to reduce your back taxes significantly. If Anthem Tax Service cannot reduce your current monthly payment with the IRS or state, or they don't put you in a better position, you might qualify for the 100% money back guarantee. Please call Anthem Tax Services, 800-810-9193, 800-810-9193, 800-810-9193. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. A new survey from Gallup says a majority of Americans believe violent crime is the biggest challenge facing the USA. According to the World Population Review, America ranks 57th as the safest place to live in the world, in between Belgium and Iran. The safest is Singapore for the 10th year in a row. Here's how that island nation maintains the lowest crime rate in the world. Strict laws and regulations, of course. The government imposes significant penalties for things rarely enforced in places like New York City or Los Angeles. Folks caught littering are fined $2,000. Anyone eating on a bus gets a $500 ticket. Widespread surveillance. Police deploy the biggest array of cameras, drones, and face scanners anywhere in the world. People are tracked using artificial intelligence in malls, hotels, and elevators. According to the Singapore Code of Justice, there are 4 principles for eliminating crime: deterrence, retribution, prevention, rehabilitation. Punishment is determined by the offense. Folks caught stealing are beaten in public using a cane or leather whip. Serious criminals and repeat offenders are sentenced to mandatory prison terms with no parole. The death penalty applies to 33 felonies in Singapore, including drug selling, kidnapping, murder, armed robbery, gun smuggling, and rape. Because of Singapore's emphasis on punishment, homicides rarely occur. With a population of 6 million, just 4 people were murdered there last year. By comparison, Chicago has less than 3 million residents. In 2022, the Windy City witnessed 725 murders. And here's something else you might not know. The lack of violent crime means a higher life expectancy. On average, folks in Singapore live to the age of 89, 12 years longer than American citizens. Back after this. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.